I think a really good historical comparison for Cersei is Margaret of Anjou, known as the she-wolf of France, one of the strongest females in the real-life Wars of the Roses.
Margaret of Anjou, the strong queen of England in the 1450s, wants to exert power like a man.
I should have been born a man. I'd rather face 1,000 swords than be shut up inside with this flock of frightened hens.
She's willing to go to any lengths, politically or otherwise, to rule the country and protect her children's rights.
You love your children. It's your one redeeming quality, that and your cheekbones.
Joffrey is king.
Joffrey is king.
You are here to advise him.
Only here to advise him.
But you could also look at a load of the other women of the Wars of the Roses, really strong women whose route to power and whose driving motivation is either gaining or preserving power for their sons.
You're the hand of the king.
No, Uncle. Clearly it would not be appropriate for a woman to assume that role. I'm merely advising my son until he comes of age and chooses a hand for himself.
There are so many women who are leading their sons because their husbands are either captured or fleeing, or in fact are just incompetent.
A good king knows when to save his strength and when to destroy his enemies.
So in steps a very strong woman.
Everyone who isn't us is an enemy.
I think that's at the heart of Cersei. I think that really does draw on what we know of real history from the 15th century.
There are those that say your children were not fathered by King Robert, but they are bastards born of incest and adultery.
A lie. A lie from the lips of Stannis Baratheon. I deny it.
Good.
Am I free to go?
After your atonement.
So Cersei's walk of shame designed to humiliate her. I mean, it has real historical precedent for it. If we look at Jane Shore, during the reign of Richard III, she was, in a way, scapegoated for a lot of the political problems that had gone before, and she was made to walk through the streets of London dressed in a kirtle, which is more or less her underclothes, and holding a taper in front of her.
In an age when women were modestly dressed and they wore veils, it was actually quite shocking to see someone dressed like that, and it would have been quite humiliating. Cersei is naked when she performs her walk of shame. To us as viewers, it has almost the same impact as seeing Jane Shore in her kirtle would have had. It's almost an emotional translation of what it would have felt like.
Really serious public shaming and public penance. There's a huge amount of ritual purpose in that, which is to strip her of any majesty or magnificence that she might have accrued in her career before that point.